Well, the news for today is that Shantel is so sick that she cannot even be on camera.
Oh no!
Wow.
So,
Again? Pretty sick.
so you're stuck with me today.
Oh no!
So, yeah, feel free to use the chat to communicate with each other. I probably won't be able to monitor chat too well because I'm pushing a lot of other buttons. So if you need my attention, just wave your hands. But we do have a great presentation with Steve today. So we'll be getting to that in just a moment. But we'll start with the normal go around the room and give everybody some time to talk about their business. So if you want to go ahead and chat in, we will take you in the order that you chat. Stephanie, quick on the draw. We'll let you go ahead and get started there, Stephanie.
Okay. My name is Stephanie O'Brien. I'm a fiction author, comic artist, marketing and business coach, and copywriter. I've published 4 novels through Amazon. And when working with the business owners, I help them to figure out what marketing materials they need, what to say in those marketing materials, and I also actually create those marketing materials for them, so they don't have to take time out of the tasks that they're good at and love to take on a new learning curve to learn how to write marketing. So I save you time and help you to attract clients.
Great, thanks, Stephanie.
Welcome.
And next up, we have Adam.
Hi, Adam Kemper with Employer Essentials. Hope everybody's doing great today. I'm joined here by my friend Harris. Harris is the monkey on the back of business owners. We do payroll, staffing, and HR, and tame my friend Harris here. This time of year, kind of one of the things that we see is that business owners have hired, and now if it's not working out, this is when it starts to not work out. So if you hear people who feel stuck because they have somebody who hasn't worked out so far, send them my way. I don't charge to answer questions about what do I do with somebody I'm not happy with. That's what we're hearing a lot of these days.
Awesome, great. Great to see you, Adam. All right, next up we have Jill.
Hi, I'm Jill Wisehart, and you heard Rick talk last week about BizBud.com. It's the first peer-to-peer accountability network that's available online. So that's what we do. We try to match people who want to talk to each other and be accountable, which we have proven results that it will grow your business faster. So Jill from BizBud.
Awesome, thanks, Jill. Yeah, it was a great presentation last week. And next up, we have Monica.
Hi, I'm Monica Miller, and I have my own business called Monica Writes, where I help coaches and speakers turn into authors. And then after they're authors, I help support them by expanding their books onto several platforms. So I take their book and create multiple streams of content. So that way they are visible and they have an online presence without having to be present. And I also take them to create the first and profitable sales funnel so they can just repeat over and over again.
Thank you, Monica. All right, next up we have Steve.
So I'm Steve Cassingham. I'm head of creative at Evolv Creative, and we mainly are a full service creative agency, and I'll tell you guys more about it. But we do everything from media to strategy to branding, make sure that brands are represented in kind of a way that is true to themselves, and we connect with customers in a truly emotional way.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Steve. All right, and next we have Tim.
You unmuted me. That's kind of you, Dave.
Do what I can.
I'm Tim Washburn with Integrity Technologies. We essentially help virtualize businesses and help them utilize technology to make them more efficient.
All right, thank you. And next we have Michelle.
Hi, everybody. Michelle Hoglan with Top Hat Creative Marketing. I was typing a little too fast, so it's not Top Hate. Yeah, I looked up and I was like, oh no. Anyway, so happy to be here with you guys. Very excited. I own Top Hat Creative Marketing. We are an online review management company. So those 4 and 5 stars you see on Google and Yelp, we have a system where we can filter that for our clients. We also work with their business listings, social media, SEO light is what we call it, with keywords and things like that. So we just really help our clients create an amazing online presence through reviews, business listings, and social media.
All right. Thank you, Michelle. And next up, we have Amanda.
Hi, my name's Amanda Archibald. I am an owner of Peaceful Valley Resort, which is above Lyons, Colorado. And we do events and weddings here. Anything you can think of, we can pull it off. But I also wanted to announce that I am a facilitator for a conference called Beauty Revealed. And what it is the material off the book Captivating. And it's for women, and it is phenomenal, and I'd love to tell you about that if you are interested.
All right, thank you. All right, did we miss anybody? Looks like Gina. Gina's
Yep.
turn. All right.
Hi, I'm Gina Woodman, located out here in the Bay Area in California. I'm an independent bookkeeper and handle about 40 to 45 clients out this way. Some local, some remote, some I visit on site, and others I manage through one of my favorite accounting softwares, Xero, which allows me to work remotely and not even have to meet or drive in the Bay Area traffic. So yeah, growing my business, just took on a new assistant. I'm excited. And yeah, that's about it.
All right, that's the kind of success we like to hear. You're growing. That's awesome.
Yes, my staff just doubled.
Exactly. That's the accountant speaking.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So you might be interested to know that this is our 9th virtual networking event. We've actually been doing this for over 2 months now. And we appreciate all the support. Last event, we had a high of 20 attendees. So looks like this is something people are interested in, and we'll consider doing it past the trial date. This was just a trial that was going to end on April 1st. So we might actually keep going with this. That being said, we can go ahead and get started with our feature presentation, which will be led by Steve. He's going to be showing us some really cool stuff about marketing your business.
Cool. All right. So just a little background on myself. I graduated college and wanted to kind of get into film production, mainly specifically for businesses. And I kind of had a passion for it through, middle school, high school. I was just kind of making them for fun. And then I decided I wanted to do it professionally. And so I started the business and ran it for a couple of years. And I found some things working with clients was that I would create a video and they wouldn't have a website that would either reflect the quality of the video or reflect the quality of the business itself. And so we started getting into design and started designing their brand and their website and giving them a good presence. And eventually it kind of snowballed into one company, which is now Evolv Creative. And we can do UI, UX design for apps. We're mainly designers and media. We don't do really coding, that kind of stuff. We found there's a little difference between the coding mind and then the design mind. And so we want to keep the design mind on that side. So we have been steadily growing since about August, we launched the new company, retained a lot of our clients and continued on. But we really try and get to companies on an emotional level and figure out what is your brand. It's not necessarily just the name that's up there. It's how you deal with everyone. It's what you look like on social media and how you interact with your customers. I mean, there's so much that goes into your business that a lot of people don't think about. They just think someone will come to me, they'll hire me and I'll do the job. But there's so many factors that come into play to getting that customer to find you. And it all starts with the brand and the video and kind of your presence, I guess. So I was going to show you guys some examples, one of which is our example of our reel from our film work from last year, and then show our website, just kind of break it down a little bit, and then show off one of our client brands that we've built. So I'm going to share my screen for you guys. Desktop one. All right. So should be able to see it. And so let me know if this is too loud or quiet or anything like that, but it should be good to go. Okay, so that is the video. I'm going to stop sharing for a sec. So we kind of focus on mainly taking a business or an athlete or a nonprofit, whatever it is, and really try and nail down the emotional aspect of it. And we reflect it through our lens choices, the way that we film it, the music that we use, the coloring even. You know, more orange if it's meant to be a heartwarming story, more blue if it's meant to be cold and raw. And yeah, so we try and really connect to the viewer on a subconscious level rather than just capture what's going on. So we kind of really try and work with every single client and really get down to the nitty gritty on who they are, what they want to represent, and the customer they're trying to reach, and try and do it the best way possible. And so that's how we usually start on the video side. And then when we dive into the website, so we do a couple different things. We generally work on, for small businesses, we work on the Squarespace platform. And so this is actually what we built our site on, mainly because we wanted to show an example that, you know, you could create a solid site on Squarespace. It's a really affordable option for a lot of businesses that are just starting out. They need a really good web presence. They need it to scale to mobile because that's a huge thing for Google. And so we just kind of built something that's pretty basic, but also showcases our work, shows what we do, and kind of gives the client a really good idea. So we usually start there. If a client needs a very customized solution, we can definitely do that as well. Where we don't use WordPress, we actually use a program called Webflow, which is kind of Squarespace meets WordPress, where you don't really have to code, but you get full flexibility in design, and has a ton of APIs that you can throw in and make it a little bit exciting. So that's generally what we focus on. So I was going to show you guys our team real quick, and then an example of a client site, and then open it up for questions for everyone. So obviously head of creative, and then we have our head of accounts, and he's a fantastic guy. He just really gets to know you. It's more on a personal basis. We're very much on the personal level. We want to send cards to each other around Christmas. That's the kind of relationships that we like to have with clients. And then my brother, who actually started the other design with, he designs currently for us as well. So we operate on a 3-man team. We want to keep it small, so that way it not only keeps costs down, but it also is able to we're able to give you our full attention and nothing falls through the cracks. And so this is one of our clients that we built a site for. We actually didn't do their logo, although it is a great logo. So this is a performance company that does athlete performance and tries to kind of take elite athletes and make them even better, which, as you know, getting to that level is hard enough. So they really kind of push the envelope and try and make it a little bit better. And so they wanted a site that would showcase not only their, I guess, qualities that they have and what separates them, but also give it a really fun, cool, edgy aesthetic. And so we had the photos taken that were, awesome. And then we showcased some of their testimonials of actual professional athletes that he works with. So it's everywhere from the Red Sox to the Colts, tennis players, and then they have collegiate athletes as well. And so we just kind of use this as more of a portfolio at the bottom to be able to showcase some of the different exercises, because it's not normal stuff that you'd see in a gym, the bench pressing and stuff like that. And so it's showing the differences that they can train athletes with and kind of the attention that they're able to give. And so this was a great website to be able to work on. Very, very fun to be able to, I guess, they kind of let our creativity go and just said, hey, let us know what you come up with. And those are the kind of clients that we absolutely love to work with. So, yeah, that's kind of just in a nutshell about us. But I'd like to just open it up to questions if you guys have any.
So do you work on websites and branding? Do you also go on the other side and do media? Do you do retargeting? Where are your sweet spots?
So our sweet spots are generally branding, web design, and video campaigns. So like advertising, stuff like that, mainly for online publication. We don't really do stuff for TV. A little bit constrained on that. But we also work with you, especially when it comes to managing, I guess, the efficiency of the business. So a lot of people will come to us and say, hey, we have a brand, we want to modernize it. Because a lot of businesses, maybe they've been around for 20 years and they have their way of doing things, but maybe they don't know how to reach the best audience. They don't know the social media tools that you can use. They don't know even just the business tools that you can use to kind of speed up your business, project management. They want to bring on someone remote, how to do that. So we do a little bit more. I like to tell people that we just do, design, media, and strategy, because we can do more. But, if you throw the whole encyclopedia at them, most people get overwhelmed. So we usually try and keep it small. And then if they ask, we're kind of like, oh yeah, we can help you with that.
Okay. And what's your sweet spot? If you were looking for a customer, what kind of customer should we be helping you find?
So we're looking for customers that are around, 5 to 20 people, could be even more than that. Generally that are in the growth stage, not necessarily the funding stage. We've worked with a lot of companies that have just received seed funding, and they're fun to work with, but we want a little bit more of that stability to be able to build something with them. And especially because we want to kind of know what direction they're going to go with products. We've had some startups where we've made a great website and then they completely pivoted the product that they were making. So we kind of want to have something where they have the product established, they know where they're going, maybe they have a product roadmap for a year or two, and then we can build from there. And generally the budgetary, we can work with anyone that has like a $5,000 and above budget. That's generally where we start. Video production, it can be about $3,000 up to about 10, depending on that, but mainly ones that have a marketing budget that are actually serious about, really getting out there.
Okay.
Yes.
Sorry. Well, obviously you're in a market with a lot of competitors and a lot of different businesses. Kind of drill deeper into what really makes you unique as far as your skills and your perspectives and what you bring to the table that makes you a unique perspective on this.
Our big advantage is that we have the emotional aspect kind of under control. A lot of people don't think about the psychology that goes into even putting up a website, or the emotion when you see an image. Like what emotion does that evoke? Because the problem is when you have people coming to websites now, they don't really spend too long on the site. I mean, you're lucky. You are incredibly good at what you do if you can get them longer than a minute. Mainly because they just want to get in, get on, get out. And if you can give them that kind of emotional connection to make them stay there, because in any business, there's competition. And now there's a lot of websites and Google rankings and stuff like that. And so if you can be over the top and connect to someone on an emotional level, that will give you the advantage. And we're finding that that is the case, because business for a while went to that, how quick can we do it? It was almost like the fast food industry. It's like, let's just hire anyone and get it done. And it's from the creative side now, it's starting to come back around to where people they want a personal connection. They want to feel like they're the only client in the world. And we really try and make that happen.
Yeah. So when I went through my dry run with Steve yesterday, and I saw that video for the first time, I was blown away with the quality, and it is very much emotionally charged. And the fact that he can do that on a $3,000 budget is really impressive. So be curious to hear his advice in the mastermind section, because that actually dovetails into this quite well, because our topic is going to be about naming your business and branding your business and your tagline. And so I know that in my experience, I've talked to people who want to have a website developed. They will say, I want it to be purple and yellow and orange. And I'll say, why do you want those colors? And they say, well, those are my daughter's favorite colors. And that may not really resonate with your audience. So the question is, when you build your website or your brochure or any other marketing piece, is it for you? Is it for your personal preferences, or is it for the audience? Anybody got any comments on that? I see some heads shaking. Go ahead, Steve. I know you're thinking something.
All right. I was going to see if anyone else wanted to go. Colors one of the biggest components, actually, that a lot of people don't pay attention to. We've had most people come and say, we want something blue. We want, this. There is an emotional connection to every color as well. And so the first thing you have to think about is, what is your business about? Like, if it is a software company, for example, that is incredibly efficient at providing a service, for example, you want colors that show efficiency and stability. You don't want to show colors like green that are health related. It just kind of, it conflicts a little bit on the subconscious level, not so much frontal facing, but you'll notice that when a company nails their colors correctly, they're pretty popular usually. And it's because they have that automatic connection with someone. So try to stay away from the favorite colors, and it all comes down to your clients. Like, who are you trying to reach? Are they looking for stability in that your product provides that, or are they looking for excitement or just total outside the box thinking? Maybe you want a radical color, but you have to think in those terms and how you want to connect with them.
That's a good point. So we want to bring Tim in on this, because Tim's actually been working on branding his new business, and we want to get some ideas from the entire group and some feedback from the entire group on what he's been working on. And maybe he'll take our advice, maybe he won't, but at least we'll have an opportunity to throw some ideas his way. So Tim, tell us about your new venture.
So it's Integrity Technologies, and we launched that in September. And just to kind of give you a brief overview of what we do. We're essentially trying to be a replacement IT, supplemental IT. So a company doesn't have to actually, pay somebody $60,000 a year plus benefits, plus this, that, and the other to manage their IT. And with our cloud.
So can I pause you there for just a second, Tim?
Yes, please do.
Can we have everyone raise their hands who knows what IT is and what's important for a business? Okay. So right there, we know that he's using the right terminology because the majority of us know what that means. So go ahead, Tim.
Okay. A big component of how we're, I guess, kind of shifting how IT is done is by utilizing our data center. So rather than us having to come on site and fix your modem, your computer, your printer, your this, that, and the other, basically every single component, and have to drive there or do stuff remotely, we're essentially bringing that environment and into our data center. So it's simplistic for our end users, and you know, and their downtime is basically nil. You know, that's essentially what our goal is behind Integrity Technologies for the majority of our clients.
Okay, great. So the kind of feedback that we can be giving now is that something that resonates with us as a need or a value in our businesses? Or I know that I talked to Tim before, and he's probably not targeting companies that only have 1 employee or 2 employees. He's probably looking, what is it, like 5 to 10?
About 5 to 20 seats.
Okay.
Or clients, essentially, yeah.
So I'm sure we're all here to grow our businesses. We all have these dreams of growing and having more employees and big offices. So let's put our minds there in that place. If we were a bigger organization, think about it. If you had 10 employees, that means you have 10 computers sitting on 10 desks, and you probably have 1 or 2 or 3 printers, and you've got an internet connection. What's it going to cost you if that internet connection goes down for an hour? You've got 10 employees sitting at desks when they can't do anything. They can't check their email. They can't respond to clients. And if you're using internet-based phone system, you can't call anybody. You're really in a bad spot for 10 hours. And you're paying those employees to sit there for 10 hours while that problem is getting repaired. So you might be considering having a full-time person on staff just to fix computers. But like Tim said, that's a big cost. So kind of put your mind there. And what would resonate with you as a tagline for the company? We've got internet technologies, or wait, integrity technologies. What would be a tagline that would resonate with you as solving that problem?
Well, I have one question. First, how'd you come up with the name Integrity Technologies? I mean, I get the clever IT part. That was nice.
Well, so, you know, we really like to do our whole focus, you know, how we take care of our clients with integrity. You know, there'll be a lot of times where I'll go on site and say, okay, this is what, you know, you don't need my services, or, you know, maybe you need my services once, but utilizing either this company or this tool or this, you know, other piece of the puzzle that, you know, doesn't put money in my pocket, but it's best for the client. You know, a lot of times, you know, we'll present that to them, just say, you know, it's not beneficial to us, but it's beneficial to you, which, you know, is, you know, more of a thing of integrity rather than, you know, just trying to make a buck, even though it's not the right fit. So, okay. And then, you know, technologies is essentially how we incorporate technology, and IT kind of fits too.
And we have 2 writers with us. We have Monica and Stephanie. So you guys probably spend a lot of time thinking about your subject lines for emails and the titles for blogs and things like that. So what can we offer Tim as kind of a tagline or a little subject line for his business that would resonate with his clients? Go ahead, Stephanie.
Just to make sure I'm clear, the main benefit of this service is that the computers are consistently working. They're never down. You know, they aren't losing time and productivity due to computer malfunctions.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So, I mean, with, you know, other benefits, you know, like offsite backup, which would be included, you know, a lot of those headaches that you don't think about, they're done in the background. You know, those are taken care of. You know, another thing utilizing this sort of a system is, you know, let's say that somebody spills coffee on your machine right now.
I might have to kill them.
Yeah, you're going to have to kill them. You could literally go to, you know, with utilizing our systems, you could go Walmart, you could get their cheapest, worst computer, and you could be up and running exactly where you are, minus drive time, in about 20 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah.
And employees will spill coffee on your computer. I guarantee it.
So I have a client that has a similar service to what you're offering. And I will tell you what it doesn't do that will maybe help you. And that is they're not timely and they're set up on a ticket system. And so you have to supply a ticket and then wait for somebody to call. And if it's not between the hours of 8 and 5, and if you don't have a 24-hour package with them, then you get stuck until the next day. And so I would suggest it has something to do with timeliness of how quickly you can do it, because that, at least in my experience, that's something that this company doesn't do.
Right. And that's a big separator from us and our competition is our data center is our data center. We're paying for the fiber. We're using our servers. We're managing the whole thing. We're not reselling somebody else's product. And that's where a lot of those delays can come in, because, you know, people are reselling somebody else's product. And so they're reselling a bunch of different packages. So when you come to them, well, we don't actually support our product. We can pass the buck on to, you know, they act as a middleman, essentially. You know, whereas, you know, that's, you know, one advantage of, you know, us basically seeing everything from point A, you know, to point B.
I'm thinking we're there when you need us, or there when you need us.
Or
That's
full solution computer services, or, you know, something so that people realize it's more complete.
And I like to play with definitions, and one of the other definitions of integrity is the condition of being unified, unimpaired, and or in sound construction. It just feels like that definition can be played off of with the tagline as well, you know, the ensuring the integrity of your systems or something. I know that's not great, but
it's okay. It's a brainstorm.
Yeah.
And Steve, looks like you've been jotting some stuff down. You got some ideas percolating?
Yeah, a few things. I mean, you could go two different routes with it. You can go with something, I mean, I just put up a random idea that I had, just taking the 3 qualities that you provide. One of them being, you know, you're personal with them, and it's efficient because it's timely, and then it's reliable because you can be up in 20 seconds and you're fine. You don't necessarily need the IT. You can even do the trendy thing right now where you put personal period, efficient period, reliable period. I don't think you need a full like sentence necessarily with like an exclamation mark or anything like that on it. But I think something that will just take those qualities and kind of put that into something. Definitely not saying that is a final great idea. Just some suggestions.
Great. Thanks.
That's why I always like brainstorms, because, you know, it might not be the right thing, but it can sometimes spark that, you know, thing in your brain and, you know, tangent off into, you know, what is correct.
Yep. Well, we've got about a minute left in our mastermind. Tim, would you like to run by the group what you would come up with and kind of see what their thoughts are? And guys, you're not doing him a favor if you don't like it and you tell him, oh, great job, because his customers are going to end up telling him that. So let's try to give him some real honest feedback. Tim can take it. He's a tough guy.
Yeah. So, I mean, essentially what my company is enterprise IT solutions for small business pricing. And so, you know, what that is
You want to say that again for everybody, Tim?
Yeah, I'll type it out real quick as well.
Okay.
So it's enterprise IT solutions for small business pricing. So because a lot of the solutions that we provide are, you know, you're looking at, you know, multi-billion-dollar companies that actually have access to this type of technology. You know, this is a lot of the stuff that we used, you know, when I did IT support at CSU. And so, you know, I guess smaller pieces of what we offer is stuff that they used at CSU, Colorado State University. And, so that's essentially what we're trying to provide is, give small businesses the efficiencies utilizing technology, that normally they just wouldn't have access to.
Okay. So what parts of that are resonating for you, and what parts of that are confusing to you as the audience?
It's not confusing.
Oh, go
Sorry.
ahead, Adam.
Not something that I find confusing, but I always struggle with the tagline, taking it to pricing.
Me too. I was about to say that.
Yep.
Yeah. When you take it there, it really just commoditizes what you do and minimizes the relationship. So I always struggle with that in a tagline.
Wow.
Especially when you can get them up and running in 20 seconds. People are willing to pay for that.
Good point. Tim, that was really interesting. We got a lot of head nods on that pricing comment, so that might be something that to consider. What other?
So cheap IT solutions is not the answer.
But I struggle with the word enterprise because I think it's too nichey. The IT world knows what it means, but a small business owner isn't going to know.
Right.
And so that's a word that I struggle with.
That was the first word that caught my eye, that kind of did something up here, and I was like, oh, wait a minute. And then pricing was the next thing. So yeah.
So if you're 5 to 20 employees, is enterprise going to turn you off?
Yes.
Yes.
You're not enterprise 5 to 20, even though he's making that correlation. It's the first word, so you're going to kind of turn off the rest of it, right?
Well, I understand what he's going for. I get what he's trying to say, but maybe something different than enterprise, because that for a small business owner or, a mid-size even, that to me is, it just, I don't want to say it doesn't sit well, but it's something that I'm like, okay, I just take a step back from that.
Great feedback, guys. Any other thoughts? All right, Tim, I hope that was helpful for you.
Yeah, it was extremely helpful. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Feel free to keep the conversation going in chat or on Facebook, or reach out to Tim directly. He's a good guy. I've known him for a few years. I'm sure he can help you with a lot of different things. So get to know Tim. And if you would like to have the group focus on an issue that you're having in your business, go ahead and let me know. Put that in chat or put it up on Facebook, and we'll take that as our topic for next week. But it's really powerful when you get this many business owners who are going through the same struggles that you are, kind of brainstorming on your business for a few minutes. I think it's a powerful thing. So that is all for our mastermind section. And next we're going to move on to any announcements that the group has. And it looks like Tim had a question or a comment.
I was going to say, don't forget the group photo. Shantel won't let you forget that.
Oh boy. I really appreciate you reminding me of that. Is everybody ready for that? Silly pose. All right, guys, here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, got it. Thank you. Kind of hard running the show by yourself, but we're doing the best we can here. All right, cool. So any announcements?
I won't be here next week, and if anybody has any social media issues that they want me to ask about, I'm going to the Social Media Examiner Conference in California.
Nice.
So if there's anything that you want me to ferret out while I'm there, it's a 3-day conference. It's 5,000 people, and they have a hub in the center with basically that answers any questions for people that they bring in, during the conference. So
I know Jill's very excited about that. She's been talking about it for about 2 weeks now.
Except for I found out it's going to be rainy and 66 degrees. So I am not as excited as I was about 2 hours ago when I found out what the weather was. And I was like, I could stay in Colorado. It's a lot nicer here. But it's a really good conference.
Where's the conference?
San Diego. Rainy, cold, San Diego.
Yeah.
I have an announcement, but it's not necessarily as business related. My company celebrates a few holidays throughout the year, and one of them is opening day. You might notice my W hanging over here.
I saw that, Cubs.
Yeah, huge Cubs fan. So April 7th, we are closing the office, and we are going downtown for some team building in the morning. And then at 11 o'clock, Mile High Spirits in Lodo, we are reserving a section and inviting business connections, friends, whoever, to come and celebrate all the first pitches throughout the day with beers and celebration. So if you're around, if you're in Denver, I know some people are out in California and stuff, but if you're here, we'd love to have you come celebrate one of the employer essential holidays, opening day.
Sounds cool.
Is it okay to put that in the Facebook page, Adam? Or,
Absolutely. Yeah. Anytime after 11 o'clock on Friday, April 7th.
Okay.
And where is it again?
Mile High Spirits in Lodo.
Okay.
Mile High Spirits and Lord. I might reach out to you because we're that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
I mean, any excuse to go network on opening day, right?
Right. Networking / a lot of beer.
Yes.
What day was that again?
Friday, April 7th.
Okay. Yeah, I might be interested in that too. You want to
Yeah.
go, Tim?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I think that would be a blast. So, Adam, if it's okay, I might promote that on my page and a couple other groups I belong to, if that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get Tim to drive me. That's a Friday.
Oh, I won't be sober.
Okay, you drive there, and then I'll drive your caddy back. How's that
There
sound?
we go. I actually have a benefit to go through that night at Colorado School of Mines for my son, but so I'll have to take it easy. But I can do some networking that day. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Very
We can
cool.
pick up Steve on the way. We got to show him Denver.
Yes.
All right.
That's right.
Any other announcements?
Real quick, I have a free workshop coming up on March 28th at 2 p.m. It's a virtual workshop, and it's just talking about how to find the time to write your book. So it's called the Writer's Roadmap: Learn to Write and Publish your book in 90 days or less. So it's really just about finding the time where you don't have to divorce your life or your business to write your book. So it's just techniques that I learned, and I want to share them with you. So I'm going to put the link inside the chat in just a minute.
Oh, that's nice. Perfect.
Thanks, Monica. And Monica, would you like to go ahead and speak next week on the 23rd?
Yes.
Okay. You had to think about that one.
No, I was trying to unmute myself.
I know, I'm teasing you. So in order to speak, we need to do a dry run with you on Tuesday. So if you could just email me a time that'll work for you, we'll make sure your technology's working and go over your presentation and make sure everything goes through smoothly on presentation day.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, awesome. Any other announcements, guys? All right. Well, thank you so much for your participation. We really appreciate your support of the group. And if you have any friends that would be interested, it's allprowebtools.com/virtual. And that's where they can sign up, and they'll get the link emailed to them automatically. And if you would like us to focus on an issue in your business for the mastermind next week, go ahead and throw that into Facebook, and we will see you over there. And we'll leave the group open now for open networking. And thanks again for joining.
Thanks.
I've got another call coming up, so I better go. In the meantime, have a great week.
Good to see you, Devin.
Hey, Steve, are you in Denver or in Colorado now, up in Boulder?
Yeah, all settled.
Excellent.
Yeah, so it's kind of like first full week.
Okay.
Where are you?
Yeah, like I said, if you can't make April 7th, you and I owe you a beer. I want to sit down with you and get to chat. We've been talking virtually for a while, but now that you're in Colorado, let's get a beer.
Definitely. My schedule is actually pretty open right now because I'm just getting settled. So yeah,
okay.
Feel free.
Well, Steve, I'm serious. If you want to go on April 7th with me and Tim, we can ride down.
Yeah, I might be up for that for sure.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Steve, where do you say you're located at? In Boulder?
Gun Barrel.
Gun Barrel. Where's that at?
It's like 10 minutes northeast of Boulder.
Okay. Yeah.
Towards Longmont.
Yeah.
There's a gun barrel in Colorado.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm from Texas. I expect it down in Texas. There's a
Yeah, it's like a whole town. It was surprisingly. Yeah.
That's hilarious. I love it. That
Yeah,
is cool.
Avery Brewing's here. Lockheed's here.
Wow.
It's like kind of established. It's like, wow, look at that.
I had no idea. That is so cool.
Michelle, there's a road between Alamosa and one of those towns up north from it towards the sand dunes,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like Salida or something like that. And the road between it is known as the Gun Barrel too. So
Okay.
it's a Colorado term as well. It's more common than you'd think.
Oh, it's hysterical. I love it.
Kind of Hicks too.
Steve, great job on your presentation today.
Yes.
Thank you.
Very
Yep,
nice.
excellent.
Yeah, thank you.
Tim, there's some more ideas for you in the chat, just so you know.
Okay, yeah, I've been reading through those. I think I missed some of them though. So you're gonna post that chat on Facebook, right?
Yes, I will.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right, take care, everybody.
See you later, Adam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have a great rest of the week, guys.
Yep, I'm out of here too. Take care, everybody. I'll see you in 2 weeks.
All right.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.
Have fun.
Thanks, I will.